What I'm about to do is I'm about to talk about intra-racial discrimination, which is pretty much discrimination within a race, particularly African American. And I'm gonna ask this group of lovely people right here what they think on a couple questions that has contributed to this problem. All right. So, my lovely group of people, are y'all aware of the Willie Lynch letter? Y'all know what that is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
I don't.
What is it?
I don't.
Well, it's basically a letter written to the slave masters that advised the masters to keep the slaves separated, to keep the light-skinned slaves in the house and the dark-skinned slaves out on the field. Now, I'm gonna ask y'all one question. Now, y'all aware of the light-skinned versus dark-skinned trend?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're aware of that.
how do y'all feel about that? What y'all think that's about?
I think that it's like silly. Like, at the end of the day, we all black.
Right.
What does it matter?
I mean, but nowadays girls are categorizing us on. I don't want to categorize them. I don't want a light skinned dude. I want a dark skinned dude. The dark skinned dudes are rough, or light skinned dudes too soft. I really blame Drake for that.
I mean, what you think about it? The light skin versus dark skin thing. I mean, you think it's silly too? You think it's absurd?
I think it's definitely silly. I mean, people are people. I mean, even if you want to go white versus black, I mean that's silly. But going dark skin versus light skin, like she said, we all one race.
But like, what's the thing of what is light skin and dark skin? Okay, Drake is light skin. Then what am I? I'm considered light skin, but look at Drake's complexion.
Right.
So there should be
levels to this. I mean, there's different types of light skin.
All pigments.
So I mean, we should have. If we're going to be anything, we should really have some type of like. Should be light skin, tan, caramel, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and black.
That's what you're saying. It should. That's the classifications.
We should classify.
So it's caramel, light skin.
You're saying that we should classify.
I mean, if we are like,
but we shouldn't to begin with.
We shouldn't. But if we are, then that's how it should be.
I think it's bad enough that the whole topic came from a man telling the slave masters how to control his people. That's one thing that the white man is doing that to us, but now we're doing it to ourselves. Like that's like self-destruction for real. Because at the end of the day, if you keep dividing people, then they're going to separate themselves by the differences. Nobody can ever come to an agreement. You don't see white people saying you got the whiter people, then you got the tannish people. Like, no, they're just white people. You don't got Mexicans saying the dark Mexicans or the light Mexicans. They're just Mexican people as a whole.
I feel like it's a big distraction. Like, people are so worried about this person being light skinned or dark skinned. We have like real things to focus on. You know what I'm saying? People are worried about what complexion you are, but we all need a job. You know what I'm saying? We all need things in life, regardless of your complexion. Worry about what you need to get done and not.
So let me ask y'all this: how do you think that it affected, the Afro-American community? What effect do you think that this had? You think people are more ignorant now? I mean, what y'all think about that?
Yes.
I mean, you ever hear people talk about light skin and dark skin Africans? Like, a lot of people will come at Nigerians and be like the light skin Nigerians versus the regular Nigerians. Like, what is that? Like,
I'm considered a light skinned Nigerian.
That's what I'm saying. And they act like they're better and blah blah blah. That's foolish.
I mean, it's just division amongst their own people, which is.
So you think that it has created further division? It's way more division now that we actually classify ourselves light skin, dark skin, brown skin, in between skin. You know what I'm saying? You think that's what y'all think, right?
Yeah. I personally think I wasn't really aware of this that is this big, if it is this serious. But I mean, I just like I said before, I don't see it as a dark skin versus light skin thing. I mean, I know people joke around, say team light skin, all this stuff, but I mean, I don't see it as like a big controversy or a big issue as opposed to discrimination for getting a job or being sexist, affirmative action, stuff like that. That's serious. That's more serious. But I see more things. This is more of like a joking matter. That's what I've seen and observed. It's just like people using the N-word loosely. I mean, this was historically, this is what they called us to oppress us, and now we got this rule that because it's an A at the end, that it changes the meaning of it. that's really not the fact. We're still using what they called us. We just made variations to it.
I understand. So let me ask y'all this: what do you think contributed to this obscenity? If that's what you want to say. What you think? I mean, further than that. I mean, you think? I
think it probably started off as a joke for real, and then it got to the point where people was doing it so much that you actually got characteristics for a light-skinned person. Like before, you can definitely see that somebody is dark-skinned, light-skinned. Like you can't hide that you are your skin complexion. But now it's got to the point where like light-skinned dudes are considered soft, dark-skinned dudes are considered like hard, dark-skinned dudes like you got characteristics to it now. Before, I think it's like a joke that just got out of hand. But now you really got. You're judging somebody basically off the complexion of their own skin.
You gotta blame social media for that.
I was about to say, you gotta keep it, consider the fact that at the end of the day, Drake does, I mean, you know what I'm saying, he has his moments. And there's a lot of light-skinned people that have their moments. So it's not only, people just talking. It's like people talk about it and then certain people kind of start acting that way because they speak on it so much.
Right.
If that makes sense. And I don't know, people just need to be themselves.
You got T.I., he a light-skinned dude, but he ain't no Drake. He'll pop off one.
So you mean so by social media you mean like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All of these social networks, they contribute to this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because people take what they see on social networks so serious sometimes. Like they believe that like this is the law. Like whatever somebody says on Instagram, Twitter, like this is what it is. But that's
people
not the
take
case.
it too serious.
Well, what is
like social? Like media in general, like
TV,
the entertainment in general. The way celebrities are portrayed and the way that celebrities act, they contribute a lot. And I'm pretty sure it's not a coincidence.
I mean, even on the topic of black beauty, you know what I'm saying? They've characterized light-skinned women as beautiful and dark-skinned women as not. And now you have this new trend of so-called dark skin is better, like dark skin is coming back, like it left or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You have things like this, and you have, it's contributing to this problem. So then let me ask y'all this: what do y'all think could be solutions for it? I mean, how could we solve this problem?
Educate yourself. Real.
Education. Everybody say they want to be educated, but nobody wants to take the time out to actually educate themselves. Because it's much more easier to just go on Twitter, pick up your phone. Plus, everybody's on their phone now. It's much more easier to open a Twitter app, open an Instagram app, and just get all the ignorance. But nobody really wants to. You can still use the same phone to go on a website. Like you don't have to go to the library. Like we live in an age now where technology is everything. So you don't have to necessarily take your time out and go to a library. You just pick up that same phone that you use for Twitter and look up some historical fact. Like understand that y'all was great. Black people, they still are great, but they gotta understand that, like what you was before y'all became slaves. Educate yourself on that. That's my take.
Any other comments?
As far as a more recent approach, I think, it's definitely like when he said, stop being ignorant. Like, think about stuff before you just kind of go along with the stereotype. Like, don't just be another stereotype because it's a stereotype. Like, be who you are, regardless of what everything else is.
Yeah.
Be your own person. Don't be ignorant.
All right, Will. That pretty much wraps up the group discussion. You hear from them. Educate yourselves. Wise up and rise up.